Shalom. Shalom, Yeshua. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praise and honors and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wahab Barakatham to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessing be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dallas branch, and in this quick lesson, we're just going to get into the Lord is going to make sure we good. We just have to put in the work, right? Lord's going to make sure that we good. Yahweh Bashem Shai is going to make sure that you good. You just have to put in the work right now, right? In other words, serving the Lord to the best of your ability, man. I'm gonna quote it, Isaiah, because it just came to mind. Isaiah is the 63rd chapter. No, 65. 65 and 13. Right? It says, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Right? Keyword servant, and not no wicked and slothful servant either. Because I think it's Matthew 7, if I'm not mistaken. It goes into how, many shall say, Lord, Lord, to my day. No, not everyone that say, Lord, Lord, shall be saved. Roughly paraphrasing. And that everyone that's saying Lord, Lord, that's mean the wicked and slothful servants, people that claim to serve the Lord but doesn't. Was that Titus 1? Within the last couple of verses, if I'm not mistaken. They profess that they know the Lord, but never works deny. Matter of fact, let me get that. I don't want to just quote too many scriptures, but let me go ahead and get that. Pretty sure it's Titus 1. Should be the last verse. Yep. It's Titus chapter 1, verse 16. It says they profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. Right? So that's like literally other camps, man. They just they're doing whatever, man. Ultimately, serving Yahweh by Shion Shai. Well, certain ones are serving Yahweh by Shion Shai just any old way. Right? They're using the names, but like their doctrine is just off. Right? And you got some camps that don't even use the name at all. They used to use the name and then they stop. And works denying him and being abominable, man. Just disgusting in the Lord's eyes. Right? So you have to put in the work, but you got to do it right. Right? You have to do it right. Matter of fact, let me get that. He's not crowned that she strive lawfully, if I'm not mistaken. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, and if a man also strive for the masteries, yet is not crowned except he strive lawfully. Right? So that's what we're doing, man. We're striving for the masteries, man. We're striving to be like Yahweh Shai. But like it says, you're not crowned except he strive lawfully, meaning you're not gonna get crowned, aka get salvation, unless you do it right, unless you serve the Lord right. Because you could be sincere, as the apostles say, but you could be sincerely wrong, right? You going hard in the wrong direction, right? You gotta go hard in the right direction. That's why you gotta pray that Yahweh Shion Shai keeps you on this path, man, right? Because there's some jakes that go hard in the church, they go hard in church, believing, trying to, in their mind, trying to fight demons and stuff, but they're just sincerely wrong, man. Because people can be serious, but they just sincere, but they're wrong. So we just pray and hope that you stay in this and we continue to be sincerely right, following the correct doctrine, man, sound doctrine. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these scriptures that I got. This is Psalms chapter 91 and verse 9. It says, because thou hast made Yahweh Bashem Shai, which is my refuge, even the Most High, the habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall not any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give the angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. Right? So if you're making the Lord your habitation, like your daily thing, you got something, you have a daily routine that always required you doing something for Yahweh Bashem Shai. Because that's making him your habitation, right? Every day thinking about Yahweh Shem Shai. Every day examine yourself, thinking of things you can do better, fighting off demons, trying to work on things that you weak at, things of that nature. Right? Then guess what? Like it says, no evil shall befall thee. Neither any place shall come nigh thy dwelling in that time. Right? Time of Jacob's trouble, man. Time never before seen on the planet Earth. It's gonna be the worst time ever. But you're gonna be protected because you chose to make your Yahweh Shem Shai your habitation, your daily thing. Whether it's reading, making your lessons, being brotherly, something. Praying, first and foremost, praying, man. Just thanking the Lord He woke you up and stuff. These are things I gotta make sure I'm doing myself. And you're not perfect. You might mess around, slip on here and there, because you're gonna have your highs and lows in this truth, right? There's gonna be times where you on point when you're reading. There's gonna be times where you're just really not. Same thing with lessons. You're gonna have sometimes where the Lord just got the spirit on you, really be pushing out them lessons, and then sometimes He might slow you down. Right? And when I say slow you down, that doesn't mean you going a whole week. You going 2 weeks. You going a month of barely making 1 or 2 videos. That's what I don't mean slowing down. That's the Lord finna take the spirit off if you stay in that spirit. Right? But say if you're a brother that make lessons every day, but this week you managed to do just like, instead of every day, you did it maybe 3 days out the week, which is the minimum. That's, that the apostle says. Okay, cool. That's fine. It happens. Because it's going to come right back. Or you pray for it to come back. But yeah, making the Lord your habitation, man, you're going to be taken care of, man. He's going to put His angels around you. What's that? Psalms 34, man. His angel will encamp around about those that fear Him and delivers them, because it shows that you fear the Lord. The fact that you're making an effort to, do something to please Him, and not just offending all the time. Man, we already offend a lot as it is. We ain't even got to try to do that. Right? We ain't even got to try to do that. But we can at least try to, put Him in our day, at a point of our day, every day, to the best of your ability. It shouldn't be a day that goes by where you didn't think about the Lord. You didn't pray to the Lord, right? You didn't ask for the Lord to show mercy on you. It shouldn't be a day that goes by that you don't do that, because we need it. We need to, right? Right? You don't want to make time for everything else but Yahweh Shem Shai, And that speaks to myself first and foremost, man, because I'm subject to these things, man. Hell, I could easily get caught up in doing stuff and then damn, I didn't do this, da-da-da-da. It happens. But you keep going and keep fighting. You keep praying and fasting if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get this next one. This is which one I want to get first? I'm gonna get Hebrews 6. This is Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 10. It says, "For Yahweh Shem Shai is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love which ye have showed toward His name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister." All right. So Yahweh Shem Shai, He's not going to forget all the sacrifices you've been making. All them sacrifices, but you have to do it in the right spirit though. It's one thing to go help a brother and you being an ass about it. Then you just actually helping a brother. Yeah, you might not feel like it, but yeah, you probably was tired and want to do it, but you did it anyway. Through the power of spirit, and you probably, you got demons fucking with you. You're rebuking them. You're trying, instead of just oh man, here we go again, like CJ. Oh shit, here we go again. Every time a brother needs something from you, and a lot of time it'll be inconvenience. Let's be honest. That makes it that much more of a sacrifice, because it's dang, it's you're in a moment where you didn't really want to do it, but you're going to do it because it's the Lord's man and you love Him. See, we all got our testimonies on that. I got testimonies on that, and that's okay. The Lord's looking at stuff like that, bro, but He's really looking at that mindset behind it though, because you can also, you can also, a brother can need something from you, but you're not able to give it to him, but you wish you really was, but you just can't because you just don't have it. The Lord will accept that sacrifice as if you did it. Scriptures goes into that. But not to go too far into that, Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to forget what you've been doing in His name, if you continue. Because according to Ezekiel 18 and 24, if I'm not mistaken. 24. Yeah, I think it's Ezekiel 18. It's between 18. Dang, that was crazy. 18. It's like it. But it's between 18 and it's Ezekiel chapter 18 for sure, but it's between 18 and like 24. Yeah, I think it's 24 though. Yeah, it's 18 and 24. But but yeah, because according to Ezekiel 18:24, if you turn away from your righteousness and do as the wicked man doeth, then Lord's gonna forget your righteousness then. He's gonna forget your labor of love then. He's gonna forget it then. But like, if you continue to endure, continue to fight, continue to strive for the truth unto death, then bro, the Lord got you, bro. Right? And even if death was presented in front of you, who you think is gonna give you the strength to go through that? Yeah, how about Shem Shai? I'm gonna get this last one, Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, you was long suffering. Right? You suffered in the names of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Then quit because you got tired of waiting. Because you could get to that point, man. You be so ready to get out of here that you're like, man, I don't know anymore. Which is really stupid. It's really Satan for you to be like that, to make you stop because you got tired of waiting. That's really Satan, but you didn't do that. Because we can't act like thoughts don't come. Like, damn, man. We just want the Lord to come back. And that's how the prophets were. They want the Lord to come back. But it's not to the point where they fell out the truth over it. I'm going to read. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. He's going to keep you, meaning he's going to make sure that you're good. In other words, Yahweh Bashem Shai is going to make sure you pass that test. He's going to make sure you pass that test with flying colors. Because of what? You kept the word of his patience. You suffered in the names of Yahweh Bashem Shai, and you continue to stick it through. Enduring. As it says in Matthew 24, right? He that endured to the end, right? Enduring what? Trials, tribulations, misfortunes, shortcomings. That's part of you being patient. So because you did that, and you've been doing the best that you can in these wretched bodies, serving Yahweh Bashem Shai, he's going to make sure you pass that test. So you can be crowned by Yahweh Shai in that ceremony, man, and getting your true name and, the beautiful things that are going to come in the kingdom. But yeah, that's all I really had on my spirit. Lord willing, y'all was edified. Just do the work, man. Do the best you can. Pray to Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Right? And make sure that, it just kind of came to my spirit. Just make sure that, you are being merciful. Right? The scripture says, matter of fact, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna end it off on this. To make sure, I just wanted to say, through the spirit, make sure you are being merciful, man. Because we're living in times where, like, man, bros are getting, like, tested on higher levels, man. Right? Demons, we are all dealing with the higher level demons. Right? Demons that the Lord wants us to deal with, man. And, we need mercy. Hell, we got to be more merciful to each other, man. We might not be on our A game like that all the time. Right? It's going to be something that happens. It's going to be like, fuck. Now, of course, you get on brothers, but just make sure you're being merciful because you need the mercy too. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 7 says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Remember that. If you're showing mercy, you're going to get mercy from the Lord. But if you're being an asshole, or if you're that brother that always like to get on a brother, then expect the Lord to be on hard. Like, literally, the Lord's going to treat you how you've been treating the brothers. Think of it like that. If you're one of the brothers that love getting on brothers, hey, Lord going to love getting on you. That's just how it goes. Not saying just be some pushover, but like, because there's times where you need to have hard rebukes. But there's times where, like, man, you know what? Show mercy, man, because, we ain't perfect. Brother messed up this one time. Okay, you talk to him about it. Okay. Just work on it. That's all you can do. Don't sit here and act like your shit don't stink. But anyways, Lord willing, I was edified. I want to end it all by saying, Ka halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time, I say, Shalom, Esharallah.